Keith again with Blue Knight with another Blue Knight breakdown. On September 27th, New York Post reported a 3-year-old female getting shot with a loose gun that was owned by a relative. This had happened in Miami-Dade, Florida. Orlando Young was the gun owner. The key thing about this is that he, as you see here, momentarily left his gun unattended on the couch because he was excited about a touchdown, resulting in the injury to a child. Let's take a look at the full video.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What the f***? What the f*** happened? What the f*** happened? What just happened, bro? What the f*** happened? Yo, what the f***? Yo, what happened? What you did to your hand? Is that your hand? Okay, bro, get a belt. Get a belt. Give me some. Get a belt. Good.
If you've attended any of our classes, you know how strongly we feel about leaving unattended guns around those that are not intended to have access. Too often, gun owners, in their rush to hurry up and have a defensive option, fail to find ways to make sure that those guns are secured from anyone else that may have access to it. And more often than not, falling on their lazy ways of either leaving it out loose or hiding it. While most scream for more gun restrictions, there are actually laws that have been on the books for several decades. Here's one example in Texas. This is 4613 in the Texas Penal Code, making firearms accessible to a child. As you can see, readily dischargeable firearm means a firearm that is loaded with ammunition whether or not a round is in the chamber. Furthermore, if you take a look in Section 3, it talks about securing a firearm, which means taking steps that a reasonable person would take to prevent the access of a readily dischargeable firearm by a child. In this context, reasonable means locking it away. More often than not, guns are typically hidden so that way people have quick access or set in what they believe to be high places that children will not seek. But I want to point out something else. This is the only offense in the state that says and restricts us from making arrests after the 7th day. The primary concept for this is to prevent law enforcement from making arrests to allow bereavement time for the families of those who have lost children. While there are those that would argue that children don't have the strength to manipulate a semi-automatic, let me refer to this study that was done in 2010 regarding the grip strength of children. What's interesting about this, especially if you look at a 4-year-old female grip, the median grip strength, I want you to pay attention to what that calculates to in terms of pounds. The newtons, which are calculated about 48, shows to be about almost 11 pounds of pressure. These tragic incidents, though completely avoidable, are more common than people realize. More often than not, it comes from 2 different scenarios. Either one, you have a firearms owner with absolutely no education or formal training on the proper safety laws and proper safety steps that need to be taken to prevent others from having access. The other scenario is a trained and competent firearm owner who has just become complacent. While this is a tragedy, our prayers are with Serenity as she continues to heal. Even though Mr. Young has been charged and arrested for the offense, there needs to be more information that's put out there for you guys. While Texans do enjoy freedoms of having more open access to firearms, the most disturbing correlation is that those states that have this access also have a distinct rise in people being shot by children who gain access to unsecured firearms. I want to finalize some key points before I present a solution that could help. Number 1, you need to understand that hiding or trying to put a gun out of view is not enough for a child. If you understand how we condition our children, they know that around their birthday time or around Christmas that we're going to be hiding and putting gifts in random places. Children by their nature are naturally curious, and they will seek items out in any and every place that you can think of. Never underestimate a child's ingenuity. Number 2, children can absolutely manipulate a firearm. As I showed earlier with the grip strength, the trigger pressure required is anywhere between 1 to 5 pounds on all firearms. Take in consideration too that the strength needed to manipulate the slide can also easily be done by a small child. Finally, number 3, gun safety is always the owner's responsibility. It doesn't matter if it's on you, near you, in your vehicle, in a safe, Wherever that firearm is, its responsibility is yours. Every time, everywhere. All right, guys. So when we were talking about having a solution, we're going to talk about our stop boxes. Stop box is a way that allows you to get quick access, but it also keeps little ones' hands away from it. So this is Joe from Bare Bones, and do me a favor, man. Open it up for me.
So is this like and I can sit here and beat on this to do whatever, but let's get into that thing.
Yeah, so from here, then you get your access.
Wow.
So the way the stop box works is it's a 2-stage box. It's not a hardcore safe. What this is meant for is to retain your weapon and get it away from the little hands that we're trying to get it out of. The main thing about this is that it operates, like I said, it's a 2-stage, so you're gonna have to press it down and do the combination that you set. What I like about it is that it works off of gross movement instead of fine movement, because under stress, when we're freaking out, gross movement is always the way to go. So, in conclusion, we at Blue Knight are a defense company. Being a defense company not only means offering defense training and defensive products, but one of our big things that we focus on and constantly talk about in all of our classes is the importance of safety with firearms. Firearm safety goes just beyond following the big 4 safety rules. It also means being safety conscious at all times. In regards to this particular scenario, there's nothing more tragic than a child getting a hold of a loose gun and using it on somebody else, resulting in serious bodily injury or death. We at Blue Knight care very deeply about this topic, which is why this video is a bit longer than some of our others. In the meantime, we do appreciate all the support and that you like and share our videos. Please get this information to those who you think need it the most. Also want to give a special thank you to Joe from Bare Bones Mounts, located here in San Angelo. With the opener coming up soon, these guys specialize in European mounts that look amazing. They're on Facebook, feel free to check them out, and stay safe out there.